The Darkling Coven, sometimes simply called Darklings, are matriarchal elven cults that originated in Ulgu, the realm of shadows, led by female sorceresses and their martial followers that are dedicated to the acquisition of power and influence. The Darkling Covens live secretly and uneasily among the Free People cities in Azir and in the cities of Sigmar and the rest of the mortal realms. As deadly as they are graceful, the warlike elves of the Daughters of Khaine seek to spill sacred torrents of blood in the name of their violent deity. Shaped by drops of Khaine's own blood, the elite Musai Ironscale leads her slithering stalkers into battle, and their Heartseekers throw arrows down from the skies. Doomfire warlocks and other fast-moving forces fling howling bolts of dark magic and bolts of crossbows, as frenzied witch elves and other slaughter-based elves lead the battle line, leaping eagerly into battle in order to make offerings to the bloody-handed god. In today's Warhammer Age of Sigmar Battle Report, we are going to be using the Battle Pack from White Dwarf issue 493, called Traverse the Forests. We're going to be playing in one of the scenarios called Treasures of the Viridian King. This is an interesting scenario with some unique objectives and some unique rules on how long the battle will last. Now, with this game, I am going to be playing with the cities of Sigmar, in particular the Darkling Covens part of the force, and Stephen will be taking control of the Daughters of Khaine. And so here we have our scenario. We're playing the battle plan Treasure of the Viridian King, which is actually the first scenario from this battle pack in White Dwarf. Now, the armies are determined. We're playing with 1500 points in this game, as is what's recommended. The battlefield is set up to represent the ruins of an ancient Kanofi settlement, so lots of trees, lots of ruins generally representing the battlefield here. Now, there are some rules. Faction terrain is not used in this battle, as neither army is native to the realm, and battalions, like core battalions and water core battalions, are not used. The objectives also have a smaller range of 3-inch rather than 6, and deployment is 9-inch away from enemy territory and wholly within your own territory. The battle will last for 4 battle rounds, and here we go, hidden treasures. This is the cool part of the scenario. Each objective mark will represent an area of the battlefield that has, some interest of potentially containing some treasures. At the beginning of each player's hero phase, that player will roll a dice, and on a 4+, a treasure will be discovered at an objective. Now, you can only roll for treasure if you are contesting the objective with models and you control it, and indeed your opponent has no models contesting it as well. At the end of each of your turns, you'll score victory points. This is equal to 1 plus the number of treasures accumulated on any objective you control. The player with the most victory points at the end of the battle will win. Any other result is a draw. And so here we have the Cities of Sigmar force. Now, we are going to be from the sub-faction of Hammerhall Axia. This is just going to allow us to have some extra commands on the table. Now, we don't have a leader, which is an assassin, a Blackheart Fleetmaster in there, a Dreadnought on Black Dragon with the Exile Blade and Tyrant Shield, and a Sorceress, who will be our general with the Secret Warlock command trait, Anklet of Epiphany artifact, and the spell Tenebral Blades. Now, battle line in this, we have 10 Dread Spears, 10 Dark Shards, and 20 Blackguard. We then have a War Hydra, 20 Blackheart Corsairs, and a Scourge Runner Chariot to round out the force. Then we have Stephen's Daughter of Khaine army with the sub-faction Hagnar. He has a High Gladiatrix leading the army with the command trait Zealous Orator and the artifact the Crown of Woe. Then has a Hag Queen with Catechism of Murder and 2 Slaughter Queens, one with Martyr Sacrifice and one with Sacrament of Blood. For battle line, a unit of 20 Witch Elves with paired Scansers, and then 2 units of 10 Witch Elves with Scansers and Bladed Bucklers. An Avatar of Khaine is a Behemoth, and then we have a unit of 10 Doomfire Warlocks with the Levitate spell, Grisel's Arena, and 9 Khainite Shadowstalkers to round out the force. And so we are all deployed on the table. For the Cities of Sigmar, we have our Blackheart Corsairs with the Blackheart Fleetmaster behind them, Dreadlord on Black Dragon, and the War Hydra. On this side of the ruined Wizard's Tower, we have the Blackguard, Dread Spears, along with the Sorceress leading them, and then have some Dark Shards and a Scourge Runner Chariot behind them. Our Assassin is hidden in one of the units. Meanwhile, for the Daughters of Khaine, we have 10 Witch Elves with Bladed Bucklers and a Slaughter Queen behind them. Another 20 Witch Elves with the dual daggers with both a Hag Queen and the High Gladiatrix behind them. Another Slaughter Queen next to the Avatar of Khaine and the 10 Doomfire Warlocks along with 10 Witch Elves on the line. Back on the objective, Grisel and her Arena defend the home objective, and then we have the Khainite Shadowstalkers waiting to teleport in the backfield. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, beginning of the game, or rather, beginning of the battle round, the Daughters of Khaine will have the first turn because they did finish deploying first. Beginning of the battle round, I have put down my orders on each of my heroes. Now, I put down 2 on each because I am playing with Hammer Hall Action, which allows me to use 2 on each hero. With that said, we now go into heroic actions to begin the game. And so, you're going to go with heroic leadership on your general. So, this will be on a 4+, you get it. I will go with heroic leadership on my sorceress there. So she'll get it on a 4+. She does not. All right, so to begin with, we're going with Martyr Sacrifice from your Slaughter Queen there. She's going to try and put it on the Doomfire Warlock. She needs a 2+. She gets it. The Witch Brew is going to go on to the, what are they? Doomfire Warlocks is the name of the unit. All right, you're then going to go Catechism of Murder on them. So a 2+ from your Hag Queen. She gets it. She's getting the +1 bonus thanks to your Avatar Khaine. And then lastly, you have your Slaughter Queen over there who has Sacrament of Blood. This allows you to get +1 on your Blood Rights table on another one of your units. I'm assuming it's going on the Big Blob of Witch Elves. Whoops. All right, so a 2+, they're going to be on turn 3. Yep, so they're on turn 3 of the Blood Rights for +1 to hit, +1 run and charge as well. Because you are Hagnar, so you just innately got +1 there. That is it for your prayers, for your hero phase in general. So go into movement and we'll come back after it's all done. And the only other thing we've got to do in your hero phase, is you do have to try and dig for treasure because you do control that. So on a 4+, a point of treasure will be discovered. It is, so we'll put a marker there. So you've just moved your Doomfire Warlocks up. So I am going to go with a redeploy on the Blackheart Corsairs. So D6 inches for 1. All right, so the inch actually was enough. So something interesting, if you do decide to charge with those Doomfire Warlocks, the Black Dragon and Hydra are now 3-inch from the front of the Corsairs, so they will get to fight if you pile in against them. Something I just realized as well, I did move my unit here with the redeploy near a deadly terrain piece, so I will have to test for deadly on the Corsairs. They're fine. You've also got a deadly terrain test roll up here, so let's see what you get. No, you're fine as well. Alrighty, so movement all done. You have these Witch Elves down here run to get onto the objective. Your Doomfire Warlocks are moving up the center. Avatar, Slaughter Queen, the Witch Elves here ran as well, but they have run and charge thanks to their musician. Then it got one of your Slaughter Queens, the Hag Queen, and the High Gladiatrix back there. Griselle and her Arena keep digging for treasure. And then you've had these girls run over there. Meanwhile, in the backfield, Khainite Shadowstalkers have teleported to my backfield. So we go into shooting. So shooting-wise, your Doomfire Warlocks are going to unleash into the Blackheart Corsairs. I'm going to spend my second command point, dropping me down to 1 for the round, and give them all-out defense against this. Alright, so you're going to spend 1 on all-out attack as well. You're spending your High Gladiatrix using her free one, so you're not having to actually spend 1 you owe. So you are hitting on 3s now. And 3s to wound. And so with all our defense, these will be 4+ on the Blackheart Corsairs. I failed 2. That's a pretty good roll. Alright, so with that shooting over, you've got charges now. Your first charge, Doomfire Warlocks, they need a 5. That'll be a 6, 7. Your Witch Elves here are going to attempt a charge as well. So they need an 8 on dice because you have +1. That is a 5. You're spending a command point to re-roll it. So go again. At 7, that will just fail by an inch, unfortunately. That's good on my end. So, end of the charge phase, we will have monstrous rampages because I've got 2 monsters within 3 inch of you. Sorry, the Black Dragon is actually just out, so I am going to attempt a Roar with the War Hydra. It's a 3+. You can't use commands on your Warlocks this round. Got a little ahead of ourselves, sorry, with the Monstrous Rampage from the War Hydra. Forgot about your unit back here. So they do need a 9 for their charge. They do not, and you've already used your reroll, so you can't use any more for the round. And so Doomfire Warlocks have piled in. Now you are hitting on 3s, thanks to your Blood Rights table being 2 better in turn 1. So 3s to hit. And then 3s to wound with the Cursed Scimitars. So these will be on a 6+ save then, because rend 1. So 6s. I passed 2. Alright, so you killed 5 there. We forgot to roll the extra dice for your Catechism of Murder that you got. However, you did roll 2 1s to hit, so there'll be 2 mortal wounds, so that will kill one of your dudes back. Potentially, because you've got 2 6-up saves from your attacks there. You've got a ward of 6+. So you take a wound so far. And then you've got the horses for 12 attacks as well. And so the horses, 3s to hit. You've got a couple of 1s there. 6s do explode, so you've got 2 6s there, in fact. So you've got 2 extra hits in there. And so now 4s to wound. So it would be 4. So I'll make my saves of 5+. Pass none, but then you've got 2 6-up wards of your own to make. Which you pass another one, so that will kill a horse now. Alrighty, so I'm going to go all-out attack on the Corsairs. There's nothing you can do in response because I have roared your unit. So I hit on 3s now. And then 4s to wound. So that'll be not a lot. Wow, that's pretty abysmal to be honest. Just 5+ saves to begin with. Plus 3 of them, and then 6-up wards on those other 2. Pass another one. Wow. Whoopsie doozy, forgot the Fleet Master actually gives me +1 attack when I use all that attack on them as well. So these will hit on 3s. And then wound on 4s. Another, just 1 more save on a 5-up. And then a 6-up ward. Hey, I killed 1. And so, Martyr's Sacrifice, you get, on a 5-up, you do a mortal wound back to the Corsairs. No. The Fleet Master will pile in. He has 5 attacks. He hits on 3s. He will hit with everything. Wound on 3s. Wound 4 times. These are rend -1, so 6-up saves on your Warlocks. No, so that'll be 8 damage now. So 8 6-up wards. Fleet Master going to town. No, he will kill 4 Warlocks by himself. So you're going to use these back on the Corsairs. So 5+s to do mortals. A mortal. And then I'm going to pile in with the War Hydra. So he's going to come trundling on in, like so. So he has 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. Will hit twice. Wounding on 3s, just once. Rend -1, so a 6+ save on the Doomfire Warlocks. Nope, damage 3, so 3 6-up wards. Nope, that'll be another 3 damage. And then 2 attacks from the Handlers, Cruel Goads, and Whips, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 1 more, 5+ save. 6+ ward. Nope, so that'll be another 2 dead. So 2 5-ups. 1 more. Alrighty, so end of combat. We have battle shock test to make. I am going to go with, well, I can't spend anything. I lose 6 plus D6. That means there's 7 Corsairs left. They are just going to disappear. And then your your Warlocks, and then you're going to use a CP on your Warlocks there for Inspiring Presence to keep my Hydra and Fleet Master locked in, but more importantly, not the Dragon. However, end of your turn, you are going to score 1 point here, And then 2 points up the top because you did dig up a treasure for 3 in total. Alrighty, so start of my turn 1. We are going to go with generating a command point. We'll do that on the sorceress. So on a 4+, she will generate a CP. She does this round. So I got to 1 with my general and then another 1 from the sorceress. Are you going to try and generate a CP or anything you wish to do? You're going to elect to do Heroic Willpower. You do tick up a CP though, bringing you back to 1 for this round, because your general's still alive and on the table. So, we have some magic, and I'm going to start with the Sorceress. So, Sorceress is going to cast her War Scroll spell, Word of Pain. So, we are going to cast it on an 11. So, you need Boxcast to stop me. Oh, so close, but not enough. So you will be -1 to hit, but you'll also take D3 mortal wounds on that big blob of Witch Elves for 3. So 3 6+ saves on the Witch Elves, which are +2. Wow, wards are rolling insane. So yeah, one of them dies. So I also have to test for my objective on a 4+. It has a piece of treasure dig up as well. And so we have our movement done. The Dreadlord and Black Dragon comes out to this side. Blackguard have moved up in the center. We've had the Assassin go in the backfield, and the Chariot has gone up to that objective up the top there. So after I've removed my dragon, you are going to do a redeploy with these Witch Elves here. So D6 inches for a redeploy. 5, wow, that's big. And with that, I'm now going to need a Boxcars to make that charge. So I'm going to go shooting next. So we've got the War Hydra, who has his Fiery Breath. So I have a number of attacks equal to the models in the unit. So that is 2 into those Doomfire Warlocks. So I hit on 2s with his Fiery Breath. 1 hit. Wound on a 3. Doesn't wound. Scourge Runner Chariot up the top is going to shoot into those Witch Elves there. So 2 shots with the Ravager Harpoons. Both hits. Both wounds. These are rend -2. I believe -2. It might be -1. Give me 1 sec. It is rend -2. So they are currently 5+ saves. So they're not going to get a save. So this will be 2d3 damage. For 4, sorry. 3, not 4, 3. 3 points of damage on a 6-up ward. Finally, your wards fail you. And then my crossbows hit once. I believe once. And then on a 4th wound, no wounds. So the Dark Shards are going to be shooting into the Khaine Shadowstalkers next. And so 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds on the Shadowstalkers. So no rend, so 4+ save on the Shadowstalkers. That is a pretty good roll. You failed what, 2? So 6-up wards now on those 2. No, 2 die. Dreadlord and Black Dragon is going to shoot his Noxious Breath into the Doomfire Warlocks. So we are 2s to hit currently. And will be 3s to wound. 1 wound, -1 on the Doomfire Warlocks. So 6 up, and then a 6-up save for reward. And you pass that. So charges, we're going to start with the Blackguard. They're going to make a charge, so 5, 6, 7, 8, they'll make it. We will go with the Assassin charging the Khaine Shadowstalkers. So he got a 4. Ooh. So the Assassin will reroll. So he has a 7. He needs a 7. That's another 4. No, he fails. Because now the Dreadlord will need a Boxcars. I need double 6. I get 9. That is not enough. And that would have been enough. It is enough to get a charge, but do I wish to move him over there? Not really. So I actually will make the charge back this way with the Dreadlord, sort of just keeping him away from your Avatar and Witch Elves over there. So this is what the board looks like. We're going to go into combat. Monstrous Rampages. So I'm going to go with a Stomp from the Dreadlord to begin with. It goes off, so D3 for 2 mortal wounds, so 2 6-up saves on your Warlocks.
Are they wards?
Yep. Your ward saves. Pass 1, and then I'll roll you on a 3-up, which I do. Alrighty, so the Blackguard, I'm going to go with all out attacks. So we are hitting on 2s now, because of that. And then 3s to wounds. And so because I am rend -1, your armor save is completely negated. So you will have a 6-up ward, however. Yep. And so the Blackguard did 20 wounds exact. They have wiped the Witch Elves off the table. So you will get to go with your Doomfire Warlocks next, to be fair. Alright, so the Warlocks are going to put all their attacks into the Black Dragon. So you've got 5 attacks hitting on 3s. They will hit. That's exploding 6s because Catechism's a murder, so you'll get an extra hit in there. And then wounding on 3s. Just 2. So -1 on the Dragon. Fails both. And then 4 attacks from the Mounts hitting on 3s. But wounding on... That'll be an exploding hit, so that's another hit. Wounding on 4s. And so 4s to wound, though, with the horses. They will do 4. So no rend on these, though. So the Dreadlord on Black Dragon has his base save for this. And so 4+ save. He fails another one. We're going to go with the Blackheart Fleet Master next. So he hits on 3s. He's not hitting as good as last time. Wounds on a 3. Wounds. -1, so a 6+ save. Nope, 2 damage. So these will be 6-up wards. Nope. So you're exploding into the dragon, I'm guessing, on a 5+. Does another mortal. And then the Hydra will attack. So 4s. And 3s. It'll be 3 at -1.
6s.
Yep, 6-up armor. You pass 1, but they are damaged 3 apiece, so it'll be 6 up wards. You need Yahtzee, then some. Had you got nowhere near that, he is gone. And yeah, you're going to, on a 5-up, do a mortal wound back to the dragon, which you don't. End of my turn, the Khaine Shadowstalkers will have to take a battle shock test. They only fail on a 6. No, they're fine. The Witch Elves over here have to take battle shock. They need a 4 or less, having lost 3 models. They're fine. Today's battle report is also brought to you by Mithras Games. Fantastic tabletop wargaming mats out of New Zealand. Now, Mithras Games has a variety of different mats. We've got the fantastic Desert Red, the nice Tundra Green, and the frosty Ice Blue here as well. All of these mats are a really nice high quality, generally very similar to how you would get your mouse pads for your mats. But fantastic high quality mats. We love them. Mithras Games are a fantastic supporter of the channel. You can pop on over to their website, especially if you're local to Australia or New Zealand. They're a fantastic company to help support. And so we are going to go priority for turn 2. For the Daughters of Khaine, go for it. You got a 5. I got a 4, so you're going to be able to pick. And I'm assuming you're going to take it, because if you don't, it's not going to end well for some of the Daughters of Khaine. So with that, we kick up to Blood Rights table 3, because you are Hagnar. You do have 1 objective you can dig for treasure on. So on a 4+, that'll have another point of treasure discovered. It does, so that ticks up to 2, meaning that objective is now worth 3 points. Heroic actions, you are going to try and generate a CP on a 4+. You do not. I'm going to go with Heroic Healing on the Dreadlord and Black Dragon. So I need to roll lower than his bravery, which I do. He'll heal D3 for 1. Alrighty, you're then going to go with Catechism and Murder from your Hag Queen on the High Gladiatrix, so a 2+. Goes off. So this Slaughter Queen here, she's going to go with Dance of Doom to give the Avatar the Strikes First ability on a 2+. She does. So you're just going to do Martyr's Sacrifice on the other Slaughter Queen. There's not much else you can do. She gets it. So with that, that is the end of the hero phase. We're going to movement and come back after it's all done. So you've done some of your movement. I'm going to redeploy with the chariot there. So 2 inches. Alrighty, so movement-wise, what else has happened? Your Shadowstalkers have moved up. Witch Elves over here come back on the objective, and your characters and avatar move in to fight the Blackguard in the center. And so the avatar's got to use a Burning Blood Torrent, 6 attacks, shooting into the Blackguard, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Just the one, -1, so this will be a 5+ save, fail. Right, the Khaine Shadowstalkers are going to shoot the assassin, so 7 attacks coming from them, 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. Wow, not the sort of 4s you want, and 1 save, no. Alright, so charge phase, your Khaine Shadowstalkers will charge, so see what they get. It's 7. Your Witch Elves up the top are going to go into the chariot, so 3, that will not see them in. Alright, so the Witch Elves are going to do your reroll, so that'll get them in with 11. Avatar of Khaine, double 1s please. Oh, I saw that first one, but no, he is in. Next up, the Slaughter Queen here, charging, so she gets 7. Then we're just going to go down the road for your heroes. So the Hag Queen to begin with, she's in. Your next one is the High Gladiatrix. She's in. And then your other Slaughter Queen will probably need a 4 or 5 to actually get in there. That'll get in. So Monstrous Rampages. Now the Avatar can carry out a Monstrous Rampage. You can do Stomp or Smash to Rubble. So Stomp on a 2+. D3 mortal wounds to the Blackguard for 1. The Avatar, he will be hitting on 2s with 4 attacks with his sword, and wounding on 2s.
6 and something.
So 2s to wound. All of them. Wow, that's going to be nasty. These are Ren -2, so these are 6+ saves on the Blackguard. I pass 1, but that is 9 damage. High Gladiatrix, now she does have 2 different weapon profiles, however they are both the same damage and hits and wounds. It's just that she gets them on different ranges. So 6 attacks, she will be hitting on 2s. And 6 will explode to give you another hit. And wounding on 3s. Just the 1. Ren -1, and fail that as well. So, Dark Shards, going into the Khaine Shadowstalkers, we are forced to hit. Not that roll. Problem here is 5s to wound though, with my daggers. I mean, maybe not a problem. 3 wounds on the Khaine Shadowstalkers. 3 4+ saves. And then 6+ wards on those 2 fails. Nope, 2 die. Alright, so the Witch Elves here, they'll be hitting on 2s into the Scourge Runner Chariot. And then 4s to wound. So it will just be 4. These will be 5+ saves. And I passed 2 of them, take 2. So Blackguard, we're going to go back into the Avatar. So we're going with an all-out attack to hit on 2. And then wounding on 3s. That is 9 on the Avatar. And so the Avatar at -1 will have a 5+ save. He passes 1, so he takes 8, but then these are 5+ wards now. Of which he passes another 4. He takes 3. Right, Khaine Shadowstalkers back into the Dark Shard. So you've got 8 attacks from your Assassin's Blades. These will hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s.
all of them. They are no rend, so these will be with the Dark Shards their base save for the models, which is going to be a 5+. Save 2, 3 go down. And then 3 attacks with the Umbral Blades from the Shroud Queen. 2 hits in there, and she'll wound on 3s. 2 wounds, these are -1, so 6 pluses. Save neither, so 2d3 damage. For 4. The Scourge Runner Chariot will fight back, so 2 attacks with its Hook Spear, hitting on 4s, nothing. And then 4 attacks with the Vicious Bites from the Steed, hitting on 4s, 2 hits. And wounding on 4s, 2 wounds, so 2 5-up saves. Pass 1, and then a 6-up ward. Passed it, wow. Alright, so we've just got your characters left here. We're going to do the 2 Slaughter Queens first. They have 4 attacks each, so 8 attacks in total from the 2 of them. They will be hitting on 2s. It seems they both missed once, I guess. And 3s to wound. Just the 3. Now these are -1, so 5-up saves. Pass 2. That'll be D3 damage though, on the one that failed. For 2. And then the Hag Queen has 4 attacks. She hits on 2s. All hit. And then she wounds on 3s. 3 wounds, so these are 5-up saves again. Pass 1, so 2d3 damage. She can get a double 5 or double 6. She's got me. She got 4. Alrighty, so battle shock wise, I'm going to auto pass the Blackguard. And now I need to roll for these Dark Shards here. I rolled a 1, so I lose 1 dude from the unit. So we will take that one, which means this objective will stay contested. And so, end of the turn, you will gain a point down here though, and 3 for that one, having dug up some of the treasure. However, you're out of range of that one, so you haven't taken control of that, and that, as mentioned, you still haven't taken control of because it's tied. It remains under my control, which means beginning of my turn 2, I can try and dig up treasure on that. Actually, no, I can't, because the enemy models can't dig while enemies are there. So I can't dig there, unfortunately. I've got nothing to dig for. So we are going to go with starting with a Word of Pain to begin with. But first of all, heroic actions. I'm going to go heroic healing on the Dreadlord on Black Dragon. He rolls equal to or under. I think that fails. And so yeah, a 9 will fail. No healing for him. Your heroic action for the round for the Doors of Khaine. And so you're going to go for a heroic willpower. So I tick up to 2 CP. You gain an extra CP, I think bringing you to 2 as well, or 3? 3. And so I'm going to go Word of Pain with the Sorceress. Does not go off. And so with that, we'll go into movement. So the Dreadlord and Black Dragons move, you're using redeploy on the Witch Elves here. See how far they can move. 3. And so movement's all done. We've moved up the monsters. Fleet Master's coming to play with your characters. Blackguard retreated, moved up there, and the Assassin coming to deal with these Shadowstalkers in my backfield. Dreadlord and Black Dragon's going to use Noxious Breath on the Witch Elves, so we hit on 2s. Missed once. And wound on 3s. Failed twice, so that will be 7. These will be -1, so 7 6-up saves. And then 6-up wards. Nope, that'll be 6. Hydra will just breathe fire at the Avatar because he's got nothing else to do, and he misses. 2 Dark Shards into your Khaine Shadowstalkers will hit on 4s. And wound on 4s. 1 wound on the Khaine Shadowstalkers of a 4+. So 1 4+ save. And a 6-up ward. Nope, no one dead. And the Scourge Runner Chariot will shoot the Witch Elves in front of it. So Chariot hits once with the Ravager Harpoon. Wounds once, -2, so go straight through. So D3 damage for 2. 2 6-up wards. 1 dies. And then 4 shots from the crossbows. 1 hit, 1 wound, 5 up save to begin with, and then a 6 up ward. Yeah, passed. And so charges, we'll start with the assassin. He's in. We'll then go with the Dreadlord on Black Dragon. He's in with a 6. Fleet Master is going to charge. 6. Fleet Master is actually going to spend a CP to reroll. And he will with a 9. And then the War Hydra is going to charge. So 2d6 for him with a 7. That is not enough. And he will fail. This is going to be my poor Fleet Master. He's probably going to die now. But I have always strikes first on a model as well, the Assassin. And he's going to go first. But before that, Monstrous Rampages. I'm going to stomp these Witch Elves. 2+. And D3 mortal wounds for 2 on the Witch Elves. 2 more done. And the Avatar will stomp the Fleet Master on 1 dice on a 2+. No, he does not. Too quick for you. Alright, so Assassin is going to go. We're going to go all out attack on him to hit on 2s. And then wound on 3s. That'll be just 2, but these are -1, so 2 3+ saves. Sorry, 5+ saves I meant, going down 1, so fail 2. 2 6 up wards. Pass 1, fail 1. I'm going to go all out defense with the Fleet Master as the Avatar piles in. You're already +1 to hit and wound, so you don't need to do anything. So 2s to hit. All hit. 2s to wound. There's a 1. I need that. So 5 up save. I pass 1, but I take 6 damage, and that'll kill me. Scourge Runner Chariot will go next. 2 attacks from the Riders both miss. And then the 4 attacks from the Mounts. 1 hit. 1 wound. 5+ save, fails, and then a 6 up ward. Nope, I kill another one. Horsey, bite 20 of your faces off. The 2 Witch Elves here, 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. And then my 2 Dark Shards over there, so we are 4s to hit and nothing. Alright, so the Shroud Queen, we'll see what she does first. She has 3 attacks into the Assassin you piled into, hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s. Both wounds, these are -1, so these are 6 up saves on the Assassin. Fails both, 2d3. You need to roll 4 damage to kill me here. And you do. So that'll be the end of their attacks because they did all declare into the Assassin. Dreadlord on Black Dragon, starting with my Exile Blade, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. Be 3 at -1, so 3 6 up saves. You do a mortal wound back to me with that 6 up save, but these will turn into 4 damage. Do you even need to roll? No, you don't even need to roll the other 2. They die, but you do a mortal wound in response. And so 11 attacks from the Witch Elves up into the Scourge Runner Chariot, hitting on 2s. 1 miss, but wounding on 4s. That's a decent amount. These will be 5 up saves. I've got 4 wounds left. So I only take another 2 again. And so I'm just going to score the 1 point from the Dreadlord over here. I've lost my home objective. I don't have that. I definitely don't have that. So it is 7-4 in favour of the Daughters of Khaine going into turn 3. This is for the cities. We got a 3 for the Daughters. They got a 3. The cities just went, so the Daughters are going to pick and break ties, and they're going to take it. Heroic action wise, you're going to generate a CP with which character? The Gladiatrix? No. I'm going to try heroic healing again. I do, so I heal D3 with the dragon for another 1. Prayer time, you've got your Orgy of Slaughter to give always strikes first to one of your models. I'm guessing that's going to go on the Avatar. Yep.
So on a 2+, that goes off. Goes off. Catechism of Murder will be going on to the High Gladiatrix. Yep.
So you're going to put your witch brew on the avatar, and then your other prayer that gives you +1 on your blood rights table will go on your gladiatrix and succeeds. Meanwhile, you've got your last one of your priests. Sorry, no, we've done all the priests. That is all of them done. So with that, it's going to go into movements. I was going to try and use rally on the blackguard, but I can't because of your Crown of Woe. It stops me normally within 9, but even worse, you've killed models with that gladiatrix now, meaning it's a 15-inch aura of no rally or inspiring presence near. And so I'm going to elect to redeploy after you move your avatar up, so threateningly like so. D6 inches on the Hydra for 2. Alright, so the Khaine Shadowstalker's 3 attacks, sorry, because you've got 3 models. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Nothing. You then got 6 attacks with your avatar. I'm assuming shooting at the Hydra. So hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And then these are -1, so 5+ saves on the Hydra. I just rolled 3 6s. He's fine. Alright, so charges. Where are we going to go? Yeah, High Gladiatrix is going to charge into the Blackguard. She's in. Next up, the Avatar, I'm assuming. He's in. The first Slaughter Queen here. She's in with a 6. And then the Hag Queen is the other one that needs a 6. She's in. And then a 7 for your second Slaughter Queen, who's just behind the line, which she gets. And so the Avatar has always strikes first, so 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s. 3 at -2, so these go to 6 up saves on the Hydra. Fails them all, takes 9. Alright, so the Hag Queen is going to go. She has 4 attacks. She hits on 2s. 3 hits. She wounds on 3s. 2. These are -1, so 5 up saves. No. 2d3 damage. She needs to do 3 wounds. She does 2. Alright, so I've gone all that attack. I'm splitting my attacks into the 2 Slaughter Queens. Which Slaughter Queen out of the 2 is having all that defense?
Well, the dagger's pointing out.
Yep, this one's going to have all that defense. So we'll do her first. Hitting on 3s. This is what I get for splitting attacks. The other one that doesn't have all that defense. There we go. Wounding on 3s. Wow. I'm not going to kill any of them. -1, so that'll be a 6+ save. 3 damage. You take 3 at least. I've got 2 goads into that one as well. 1 hit. 1 wound. 1 more save. Nope. 6 up. Ward. No, she takes 4. The Gladiatrix is going to go into the Blackguard next, so that will be 2s to hit. Yeah, she's 2s to hit currently, and 3s to wound. Just 2. So these are 2 5-up saves. I pass 1, 1 lives. Scourge Runner Chariot, I guess. 1 hit, 1 wound. So 1 save on the Witch Elves. Fails, and a 6-up ward. Passed it, of course. And the Horsies. 2 hits. 2 wounds. Fail both. 6 ups. Take 2 from the horses. And so 3 attacks with the Shroud Queen to begin with the Khaine Shadowstalkers into the last remaining Dark Shards. 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. So 6-up saves? No, dead. Don't even need to roll a d3 damage. Just going to do the 2 Slaughter Queens at the same time. 8 attacks. Hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounding on 3s. I think Hydra's going to die. I think he's going to die. Now these are -1, so 5+ saves. Actually, no, I did use all that defense on him, so 4+ saves. No, he's dead. And so 7 attacks coming out of the Witch Elves into the chariot, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 4s. 1, I can't die. 5 up. I take a wound. And so that'll be the end of the round. I don't need to take battle shock because I only lost 1 model and he's bravery 7. And that is that. So you are going to gain 2 points down here, 1 point up there. Actually, yeah.
No, I don't hold that.
Alrighty. So before that, though, at the end of the combat phase as well. No, can't do that. Don't worry. Alrighty. So with that, it is Caesar Sigmar turn. I'm going to go with heroic willpower, heroic recovery on the dragon for my heroic action. Heal another D3 for another 1, consistently just healing a single wound. We're going to go with heroic willpower, so I'm then going to go with Word of Pain, and we are going to put it on the Khaine Shadow Stalkers. So goes off on a 10. You need 11 to stop me. As a 10 does not stop, so D3 mortal wounds for 3. And with that, that'll be the end of my turn, end of my hero phase rather, not turn, and go into movement. And so shooting, we'll go with the Chariot first of all. It's got 2 shots with its Ravager harpoons, 1 hit, 1 wound, -2, so go straight through on the Witch Elves for 2 damage, so 2 6-up wards. Take 2, 1 lives, and then 2 hits with the crossbows, 2 wounds with the crossbows. So it'll be 2 5-up armor, 2 6-up wards. No, the last one goes down.
Took you long enough.
Dreadlord on Black Dragon, 5 attacks into Grisel's arena, hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s. It'll be 3. So 6+ save to begin with, extra -1, pass none, and then a 6-up ward as well. No, so 1 of them will go down. And charges. So we're going to start with the Dreadlord on Black Dragon. He's in with an 11. We will go with the Sorceress next. She's in. And her Dread Spears will be joining her. On an 8, they will. Monstrous Rampage, going to go with Stomp with the Dreadlord on Black Dragon there. D3 mortal wounds for 2. So 2 6-up wards on Grisel's arena. Pass 1, fail 1, so 1 wound on one of them. And so the Dreadlord will have always strikes first as well, thanks to the strike them down order. So he's going to attack first. And I'll also actually have strike them down, so they'll have always strikes first on them as well from the Sorceress.
They haven't proved themselves yet.
And so into the arena, 3s to hit, and 3s to wound with my Exile Blade. Will be 3 at -1, so 3 6+ saves on Grisel's arena. Nope, so there will be 2 damage each, so 6 2-up wards. 6 6-up wards, not 2-up wards. So that'll be 5, so that'll kill everyone but Grisel at this point. The dragon will then have its fearsome jaws, 3 attacks hitting on 4s, all hit. And 3s to wound, 2 wounds, -2. These will go straight through onto Grisel for D3 damage each for 3 damage on Grisel. So she has 3 6-up wards to pass. She passes 1, so she's got 1 wound left. And then the razor sharp claws into Grisel, 4s to hit, 3s to wound, just 1, -1, so a 6+ save. 2 damage, 2 6-up wards required. No, she goes down. And then the Dread Spears also have always strikes first, so they're going to go next. And so Dread Spears will go next. I'm going to go all out attack on them. Give them a +1 to hit, so 3s to hit. 4s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 4+ saves to begin with. She passed a few, your Shroud Queen. And then they are 6 up wards. No, she will go down as well. And so I gain a point here, 2 points there, and then 4 points there, which means it'll be 12 to 7, because I've only gained, no, 12 to 10, because I had 3, because I had 1, 2, 3, and 3 from the last round. So 12 to 10 in favour of the Daughters of Khaine. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of Kings Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum e-store as well. Going into turn 4, which in this battle pack is the last round. So I got a 2, you got a 5, you get to pick.
I'm going first.
And you're taking the turn. So prayer-wise, pretty simple stuff here. Your Avatar of Khaine's going to try and strike first, I'm assuming, on a 2+.
Yep.
And then...
That's the range of the prayer.
And so the rest of the prayers have all gone off successfully, pretty much stacking everything on this little bunch. The Gladiatrix is now out. The Avatar's got the big buffs on him. We're going to go into movements next. And so movement all done. You've run down one of your Slaughter Queens to go take this objective. Your Avatar and the other hags and stuff will move over here. Your Gladiatrix also ran here. Now you've done something really cool that you've sort of just zoned me out with the chariot. I need to roll a 5 or 6 essentially to try and sneak around. So I am going to try the redeploy with the chariot to see if I can potentially get on that objective. You've done everything you can to stop me. And with a 3, no, because I can't get around your 3-inch bubble. I would need the 6. Alrighty, so charges. These are going to be important. The Avatar, first of all. This is probably the most important one. He's got 5. Hag Queen first. She's got a 6. And then your Slaughter Queen next. She's got a 5. Now she will want to reroll to help you get models on the objective. 6. So that is the end of the charge phase of all your characters going in. The Avatar is going to do a stomp on a 2+. D3 mortal wounds to the 3. Ouch. And so the Avatar has 4 attacks with his Sword of Khaine. 2s to hit. All hit. 2s to wounds. It should come as no surprise I'm using all that defense as well, by the way. So they will all hit. 5 up saves on the Dread Spears. I passed none of them and they are wiped. Now the Slaughter Queen is piling in with the normal because you had always strikes first on your Avatar. That's why he went first. So 2s to hit. And this is now turn 4, so it is 2s to wound as well. So I've got no save against that, so 2d3 damage against me. 4, I've got 1 wound left, so the Sorceress is going to punch back. I'm going to go all out attack on the Sorceress, because why not? 2 to hit. Oh my god. Hag Queen piling, and then 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s. And they go straight through. 2d3 damage will remove the Sorceress.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, so going into the last turn, bottom of the game, turn 4 for the Dreadwall Black Dragon. I'm going to try and dig. I don't. Right. So this means I have to do certain things. So, top of my turn, I am going to go a rally on this Blackguard because you are not within 15 with the Gladiatrix. So, 19 dice. Let's see what we get. Right, 6 is required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them come back. So the chariot will shoot the Gladiatrix. Ravager harpoons both hit. 1 wound, -2, so that'll be a 6 up save on the Gladiatrix. Required, first of all. Fail this, please. D3 damage for 2. 2 5-up wards now. Nope, so 2 wounds. And then the crossbows. 1 hit. No wounds. And so, we are going to go with charges. I need a 9 from the Dreadlord. Re-rolling. Nope. So I'll roll an 11 for the black guy, because if not, that is game. That is it. Actually, that's an 11. They've got the musician back. They are in. And then the chariot. Not a double 1. The chariot's in. Alright, so the chariot has to kill you or it is game. Because I've only got 1 wound left and the gladiatrix will kill me back. And it's a tired objective at this point. Crew. All out attack, but I only hit once. I don't wound, so now the horses must get everything through. They do not, and that's game at that point. Nothing else I can do because I'm just going to score. I probably score here still, but either way, that only is going to score me 5.
She's going to attack.
And so then it will be 15 to 16 at best, if not 14 to 16 if you kill me off there. But it is a very hard-fought victory to the Daughters of Khaine.
And so, that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below, letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description, and also linked down there are the best ways to help support the channel as well. Our Patreon and YouTube members down there are fantastic ways to help support the channel, and if you'd like to get a shout out like all these people, you can go and join up today. So, with that said, we'd like to give a shout out to all our Patreon and YouTube members. So, thank you to our Patreons Rob B, Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimscold, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, Q Damak, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowe, and Soren. And to our YouTube members Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.